Welcome back, students. In this session, we'll be dealing with the rest of the part of this particular chapter, the creator of the national anthem. We have dealt with the first part of this chapter in the last class before your vacations. Now, we'll be dealing with the second part, which talks about here we have already covered the portions where we have talked about Rabindranath Tagore, how he was, he used to have keen interest in the nature and the various activities. He used to have very interest in the activities of art, activities of poetry, writing, everything. He used to have keen interest on all of this. He was not much fond of going to school or getting admission, getting education in that particular setup, in a particular school, in a particular school, like that kind of setup. He wanted to he wanted to enjoy the nature and gain education and gain knowledge from the nature and learn and know him skills or inculcate skills from the nature itself. So he did not have much interest in books or lessons as such, but he wanted to enjoy like knowing about various things from the nature or getting inculcated with the various values and knowledge of various important literary persons and important poets and various other personalities, by talking to them, by having conversation with them, rather than focusing on the books or getting information from there. So he was very curious in the various the various happenings in nature. He was curious about nature. He used to get amazed about the various things, like the various natural events, and he had shown a very keen interest in art and literature from a very tender age of 13 years. So he started writing from a very tender age. Now he used to go to rivers and swim there for hours. He observed the changing moods of mighty river. That's what I told. Like, he used to get keen interest in various natural events and natural occurrence. Then he composed poetry and began to learn music. So his father had arranged for tutors at home who would provide him tuitions about the various subjects which he is required to know about, and rather than going to school and getting information from there. So he, after completing his basic studies, he went to England, where he went to study law. And after he came back from England, he supervised his father's vast estate in Bengal, and he got first-hand experience of nature that left him, that had a like important imprint in his mind and his heart also. So his talent, his various skills, in his talent in form of poems, dramas, music, art, everything got started getting expressed in the form of various writing, various magazines, various journals, various books. So that started from 1881. He was a very great patriot too. So he strongly protested the Jallianwala Bagh tragedy by giving up the knighthood which was awarded to him by the British government. He was deeply influenced by the doctrines and philosophies of Gandhiji. Rabindranath also served the nation by by founding a distinguished institution which is now named as Vishwa Bharati, and at Shantiniketan in Bolpur, that had students from India and abroad, from where the people, the students, the pupils, or the students can learn various natural happenings, natural occurrence, and various other knowledge about different subjects by being within the nature and by also understanding the various occurrings in the nature. So he imparted education to eminent persons like Indira Gandhi. He died, so his death was being mourned by the entire nation, and he died in 1941. So I missed out one portion where he had received a Nobel Prize, which held all our heads high up in the whole world scenario or whole international sphere, where the name of India and the name of Bengalis were held up high when he got Nobel Prize for his literature, for his poetry, poems, and for his songs which were written in 1913 when Gitanjali was published, which was a collection of his poems and songs. So in 1941 he died 6 years before Indian independence, for which he fought the British. So his death was being mourned by the entire nation and in international sphere as well. So he was one of the important personalities and one of the gems of Indian literature, not just Indian literature, the whole he was a gem of the world literature or the history of literature. So both in any literary community, he is considered as one of the gems. So that will be all about Rabindranath Tagore that we have covered in this chapter. I hope you have understood how important, how influential, and how what contribution he has towards the literature. So go through the chapter, and we'll be dealing with the rest of the question answers and everything in the due course. So that will be all. Thank you.